Have you ever wanted to spend time in a totally different country, school, and culture? The Tang Institute at Andover offers students opportunities to do so through programs led by Andover faculty and other affiliate programs such as School Year Abroad. This week, live reporters Cheryl Tugade and Elina Choi learn more about these Learning in the World programs and what the experience is like.
Thanks, Alex. To learn more about School Year Abroad, we asked the director of the program, Ms. MUÑOZ-FERNÁNDEZ, on what she thinks makes this program so important.
It's incredible to be able to live for a full year with a host family that you have no idea who these people are, but they adapt to you, you adapt to them, and you learn so much.
Aside from spending 1 year...
And there are things about somebody else's culture that there's no way of knowing unless you live with them. And there are little things. Do they eat every day at the same time? Like, are you supposed to not wear shoes in your house, you know? Or like, you're not supposed to sit by the window if the wind is blowing, because it could be like bad spirits are coming your way. And you're like, why? And then you start like digging the reasoning behind it. Is fascinating. You know, it opens a whole world of possibilities.
Aside from spending 1 year abroad, SYA also offers students the opportunity to spend a summer abroad. One student, Hazel Code 21, spent one summer in France. Wow, Elina, spending a year abroad seems really interesting. But I'd also be worried about everything I'd miss out on campus. For example, what about holding leadership positions?
Well, here's what Ms. MUÑOZ-FERNÁNDEZ and Hazel had to say about that.
Actually, you would have even more leadership positions later on when you leave PA, because you did a school year abroad, because it's incredible the skills that you will get.
So I honestly was really terrified going into it too, so I would say it's completely normal to be terrified. But once you get there, everyone else is going to be terrified with you, and that's like normal. And also your host family is going to be super awesome about welcoming you, because they're volunteering to do this out of their own goodwill, and they just want to make you feel at home. And all the teachers there want to help you learn French and fall in love with France. So there's nothing to be scared about.
Another student, KYLIE LOUGH, class of 22, recounted how one of the toughest days during her trip to Ecuador ended up being a really cool experience. Here's her on getting sick in the Amazon rainforest.
One of the days in the Amazon, I got really sick with what they called jungle fever. So I had a fever and I was in bed, like throwing up, super pale for an entire day, and I was stuck in my cabin in the Amazon, super hot and humid, and it was terrible. But the people kept bringing me like different kinds of chicken noodle soup, which I cannot figure out the recipe, but it's so good. And the shaman actually came and performed a jungle ritual, which rid me of the evil spirit that was inside of me. It was some kind of evil spirit that rested inside of me, so they cleansed me of that. So it was bad, but it was also ended up being one of the coolest experiences.
We also spoke to Ava Radcliffe, class of 21, who is actually in Spain for the SYF program now, as we speak. She gave us a glimpse of what life is like during the program. Take a look.
Hi, my name is Ava Radcliffe. I am an upper here at Andover, and this year I'm doing School Year Abroad Spain in Zaragoza, Spain. So School Year Abroad is pretty similar to Andover. You know, it's founded by Andover, except for it's a lot smaller. We have about 60 kids in my class, but they all come from schools really similar to Andover.
Okay, now I'm going to school. It's about a 15-minute walk, but I think I'm going to take the train because it's a little shorter. And I'm running late. Now we're going to school.
Probably the hardest part of SYA is that when they say full immersion, you know, it's actually full immersion. You're speaking Spanish most, if not all of the time. So, for instance, last week I had strep throat. I had to go to the doctor and explain how I was feeling and what was wrong, totally in Spanish, and I couldn't do it in English because he didn't understand English. But the plus side to that is now I feel confident communicating in most scenarios, and yeah, I think my Spanish has really improved. So So far, I'm really liking the program. I think my favorite part has to be the ability to travel. Starting in November or December, you have the ability to, on the weekends, go to different cities close to Zaragoza, where we are. And one of my favorite parts is I can learn something, in my art class about a certain piece of art, and then I can go see it in a city that next weekend. In December, I went to Tarragona, which is a small city in Catalonia, with one of my friends for the weekend. And we saw a bunch of really cool Roman ruins, the Roman Forum, the Roman Circus, and then it was really unusually warm for the season there, so we went down to the beach and we got some pizza and we watched the sunset, and that was definitely a great memory. And yeah, thank you so much.
Cheryl Tugade and Elina Choi reporting.